I currently working as vice president in the Bank of China. So the role in the Bank of China, we do basically reporting two major organization side. One side is the chief risk officer, another side dotting into chief technology officer. Basically, my role is responsible for creating risk appetite report, risk appetite statement, in order to show all these risk facts to help company address risk mitigation, fighting risk position, and also addressing enterprise risk management solution. Giving that sort that also deal with underlining a lot of data strategies, data analytics, use the data to projecting the data analytics solutions. That's where another part we talk with to technology side to get the implementation ongoing. That's a very great question. So CDO can have many different angles. So my role is more touching with a data content perspective. So there's another type of role in the same organization I'm having. They also deal with, let's say, cybersecurity, chief security officer side, right? So my role is more towards content-driven, looking into the data, how the data pattern goes, use that driven creating the analytical solution. So, so the user from my side would be both first line, second line of the business. Yes, we basically putting a shift data office in the second line of the business. Front line of the business is more like core banking, trading floor, treasury. They are front line. They directly deal with the customer, right? So CDO is the second line. We support first line to addressing the problem. There's the third line called the internal audit department, right? So what happened in the second line business also aggregate all the information from third line, creating all these dashboard reports, risk analytical reports, which is I'm responsible. Also, I'm responsible for collecting all the data from all over around, putting the centralized warehouse solution. The warehouse solution itself could be, designed by the data lake or the EDW solutions. Those are solutions we are still working on right now. That's another good question. I'm still on the planning stage to try to lay out what kind of technology should put in. So there's a lot of debate, should we use data lake or not, right? So we try planning out. So I call it initialization phase, right? So right now I'm trying building some prototyping way to see what's the best way should to lay out in terms of access, who should have access, which data lake should be put before the warehouse, or should be, where the position should lay out. So in nutshell, yeah, still on the planning stage. We have not running any, practical go to production yet. The challenge, I think, top one is awareness, right? So how important most of the company is, like every bank, right, process driven, right? So is everybody data driven, right? So the second challenge, I would say calibration, right? So this is not one group solutions. We deal first line, second line, or business line, technology line. We basically have get all the requirements, current issue from all around the company, right? So how does everybody contribute information, putting together, right? I think the last challenge is how we're creating something is actually business user needs, right? So remember, the data is supporting underlining for creating the reports, creating analytical solution for the user. How creating something in the user actually needs, also take their needs for towards the future needs, right? You don't want the last thing you wanted to do, you create something, you realize something changing, then you come back, redo that again, right? For my particular role, I think my role, because I have very strong analytical background, I was financial engineering before. I did many years quantitative analysis role. I also have a strong data role, right? So I think that most of the characteristics for being this type of role, being risk, analytical role, is you have to think more analytical driven. logic-driven, also be precisely, also be able to take something, be able detail-driven, as well as horizontal-driven, looking for big picture as well. Yeah, that's another good question too, right? I think technology is changing every day. I never reading the tool is a tool, right? So tool never be fixed, So if you look at 10 years ago, 20 years ago, right, the mainframe, and then we revolve into relational database. Let's say from there now revolving back to the multi-colonized database, then they go back big data, right? So, but underlining, if you're looking for big data, actually we are quants, we do that actually 10, 20 years ago. We do similar simulation as well, right? So I think to me, I'm more looking for what is actually content-driven, how link that content-driven into the business. What kind of tool can solve a problem from the user desktop, be able to kick into the technology? So most of the fancy tool, for example, I'm giving you a quick example. Let's say I take an example of Informatica was popular, let's say 5 years ago. 5 years later, or 2 years later, another tool could be coming up, right, to replace that, right? So saying technology comes based on the needs, based on the trends, based on the changes. So to me, again, best tool is the tool be able, adopting the change, make the business-driven tool. Regulatory change every day, right? So right now, even yesterday, I heard Basel IV come out right now. So if you're looking for their angle, regulatory gets smarter and smarter. They're looking things much more sophisticated, much more detail-driven, right? So, so for banking side, we have to more forward thinking, right? You not just do something, give their needs today. Even today, you pass the regulatory exam, you don't get MIA, doesn't mean next round they don't come, right? So do a bit of forward thinking, thinking ahead, and then try to do more sophisticated work instead of just get it done today, right? Second things, I think from professional, what kind of people you having with your team also is a bigger things to solve these type of problem, right? If you get a very lean, strong team, right, everybody play the same strong way. I call forward thinking skill. The third things I think is how you're aligning your new team. I'm have pretty new team with your existing as is advisement. How you reverse everything they have, take those to move into the new solution, right? So that new solution can be able adapting dynamic solutions to fit regulatory needs. I think from at current time, most of other banks have the same thing. They pretty much does a lot of documentations, policy procedures, try to make sure this is either Fed or OCC needs. But in a bit long run, regulatory still want to see what actually being produced from system-wise to be implemented, right? That leads another topic: what is the future to be infrastructure to be set up? Does your underlying technology be able to support all these needs from regulatory requirements, right? So yeah, that's number two. Everything how I usually do. Even I do 3 months project. I look at next 6 months, next 5 years. Can this one, whatever I'm doing, be able to fit in their needs? Make sure don't need to, come back, redo everything again. Yeah. I worked at bank pretty long, almost 20 years before even I joined Bank of China. So what happened is when looking for regulatory needs, for example, in the older days, we do credit valuation at CVA, right? So at the time, that's 2 or 3 years ago, they calculated the looking ballpark number, right? Right now, they come out called XVA. They're also looking for the fee, cost from the trading desk side, right? Underlying fee, how I know this transaction fee, right? So to me, if you have a sophisticated knowledge, just thinking a bit further, a bit deeper, then ask more questionnaires, right? So then pretty much you figure out what they need from the next level, right? So regulatory gets more smarter because they're keeping hiring people from banking side. This is true, right? So that's why in the bank side you got to figure out so what is the best way I do ahead of planning, right? So just usually no matter which place, right? So you question, right? What do I want to do? Is my next? Is this good enough, right? This is the type of question always bring up. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. So myself, I took a computer science with my honor, so pretty smooth to go this way to taking the data work, right? I think in the general, right? So data itself, I think it's the strength of the woman's work, right? So they looking things more precisely, more detail driven. So I call typical data analytic data analyzer. You gotta be more focused on, you're digging the gold from the sand, right? Data mining, right? That's why, right? So I think it's sort of a natural woman can do well. I mean, doesn't mean everybody woman know that, right? So, second things I think is the way how does the corporate, letter, sort of influence, right? Let more people know, establish some program, right? So women can join more interesting on this side instead of, I mean, to me, data work is not because the woman or man, right? It is your capability, how you get it done, right? So it's the scientific work, scientific work, right? So that's from mental mindset perspective, some people more good on this area, right?